Let's try to do a bit of sound check with the folks that we have in the room. Let's go. Kenneth is frozen. Probably has got some connection issues. Feel free to open your mic. Gargi, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Hi. Good
Hi.
day. Good morning. Afternoon.
Yeah, good evening.
Evening.
You're
All
from
right.
India, yeah.
India. Thanks for joining us today. Yeah, where in India?
From Pune. Pune,
Sorry?
near
Pune.
Mumbai. Pune, near Mumbai.
Thank you for joining us today and for showing your face. It's nice to see faces together with voices. We'll hear from. I would like to hear from a few more people that have joined. We'll have still participants coming in. I would like to do a quick sound check. Samravid, can we check again with you? Would you like to unmute? See if we have any luck. Can you hear me? I guess you can hear me, but I cannot hear you for some reason. Well, we'll just revert to the chat. If you can just tell us where you're calling from, it would be great. You can write that into the chat. Let's go to Sophie Ann De La Rosa. Hello, Sophia? Sophia? Or Sophia Ann? How should I address you?
Hi, everyone. Hello.
How should I address you? Just Sophia?
Yes, Sophia is just fine.
Okay, perfect. I have a long name, as you can see, Pier Andrea. You can call me Pier Andrea if you'd like. It's a bit of a mouthful. Pierre is also fine. Thanks for joining us, Sophia. And I see we have some people joining. It's good to see the meeting room getting populated. I would like to open the mic and say a quick hello. Maybe can we check with Muhammad? Muhammad Salem? Hello, Muhammad. If you can hear us, please unmute yourself and just come in quickly. I see Rezel has the microphone open. I don't know if Rezel would like to say a quick hello. Please just open your mic and come in with a voice. Like I said, you're also welcome to turn on your video. Maybe just briefly. We can turn it off later when we start the program. But it's nice to see faces, at least at the beginning of the session. I know we all have some bandwidth concern, but yeah, having video on for the beginning would be nice. Gabriel, your microphone is open. You have the floor. Hello, Gabriel. If you'd like to unmute yourself and just say a quick hello. Or maybe not, don't be shy, we're all among friends here. Let me try my luck with Pragyan. Pragyan, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Fantastic.
Good. It's still afternoon in Rome, so good afternoon. My name is Pragyan. Yeah, I'm from Nepal, and actually I am in Nepal since last month. I work in FAO in the Drylands Forestry team. So yeah, happy to be here.
Thank you for joining us. Thanks very much, and also for turning on the video. Let's see if we can take a couple more participants before we get started, and as we wait for latecomers. Who do we have in the room? Let me check. George, if you would like to unmute yourself and come in for a quick hello. Oh, we also have Azia, Katie. Hello, Azia. Hello. And again, apologies in advance for my pronunciation of names. You know, we Italians are not very good with languages, they say. So, yeah, please correct me if my pronunciation is way wrong. Katie? Katie, can we try with you? Please unmute yourself. And just come in with a quick hello, for a quick hello, if you'd like to do so. We'll still have people coming in. We know it's a busy time. Probably some of us are running from one meeting to the other. So let's give ourselves a few more minutes before we start with the program. Avni, hello, I can hear you. Would you like to say a quick hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello, Avni. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from India.
All right, we got quite a representation from South Asia, it seems, which is great. Where in India, Avni?
Belong to Central India, Madhya Pradesh. It's a small town, Jabalpur. I belong from there.
Fantastic. Thanks very much for joining us today, Avni.
Thank you.
And I see that Kenneth is walking in the garden, trying to find some good hotspot, probably. Kenneth, you seem happy. Hopefully you can hear us okay.
Yes, I'm okay.
Ah, fantastic. We can also hear you.
Yes, I'm representing Uganda.
We cannot hear you very well, so maybe you can just keep your video off.
I'm saying this is Canada representing Uganda.
Okay, thank you. I see that some participants are trying to share the screen, but I would like to share my screen, if you allow me, because we're going to get started with the program shortly. Francesca, I see that we have some people in the waiting room. Please, if you would like to keep admitting them. And I'm going to mute a couple of folks that have their microphone open, just to ensure that we can manage the quality of the meeting today, the call. Also because we have interpretation, so it's really important that you keep your microphone muted and only the active speaker has the microphone open, so our interpreters can do the excellent job that they do. It's 5 minutes past the hour. We have 52 people in the room. I suspect some more will be coming as we go. But we have a busy program today, so I would like to get started with the session. My name is Pierandrea Pirani. I'm collaborating with the WFC Secretariat, and I'm very happy to see you coming online today for this second webinar in our series of online webinars.
Entonces voy a ver la presentación.
On empowering youth and young professionals in the lead up to the World Forestry Congress. And today we'll be talking about upcoming opportunities for engagement, especially geared to youth and young professionals. I mentioned these points before, but please remember to keep your microphone muted if you're not speaking. Like I said, it's really important. Interpreters, we have interpretation available in English, French, and Spanish. So in French and Spanish, so please use the interpretation feature if you would like to follow in any of this language. And please keep your microphone. See each other and we feel closer together. If Francesca, you can mute, please, thank you. And try to be present and limit the distraction. We have 90 minutes. We'll go through it swiftly. We have quite a bit of information we would like to share with you and some activities we would like to do with you, so please tag along. Engage. Raise your hand if you want to have the floor. Write in the chat to ask questions, comments, or share ideas. Right. we got 61 people in the room, so you see we are still waiting for some latecomers. So as we wait for the latecomers, I would like to launch a quick poll and just to know how you're feeling today. And I'm launching the poll now. Actually, it's we have two polls, one after the other. They will appear in the same window. So we'll ask you how are you feeling today, and we have some options. And also, we would like to know if you joined the previous webinar. So I'm launching the poll, and it should appear on your screen briefly. So how are you feeling today? It's really important that we know how you guys are doing, so we can see if we need to change anything in our program. So excellent and energized, or are you just about good? For some, maybe it's a typical Tuesday. Maybe some of you are not feeling great, and some are still walking in the fog. Please answer, cast your vote. And you have also a second poll right after it. And we would like to know if it's the first time that you join, or you also joined the previous webinar that we did. Yes, you did join. No, you're not. Or what webinar are you talking about? So please let us know in the poll. I see that we're getting some responses. Please keep your microphone muted if your microphone is on, so we minimize background noise. All right, I'm going to share the results now, and let's see what we have. So you should all be able to see the results. Yes, somebody's still walking in the fog, and for some it's a typical Tuesday indeed, but it's great to see that the great majority, it's either excellent and energized or good. Perfect. And we have also a nice split here, I think. I mean, the majority of you did not join the previous webinar. Some of you were not aware of it, clearly. We had a webinar in July where we talked about the submission process for abstract videos and posters, so related to the conference timeline. And the recording is available in case you missed it. But it's also great to see that we've got 30% of returning customers. So probably we didn't do that bad last time, and hopefully we will have more returning customers when we do our next and third webinar. I'm going to stop sharing the results here, and closing the poll. I see we got some more people that are joining. Thanks very much. Let me move on quickly. We already took our second poll. And I would like now to invite Peter Choka, the Associate Secretary General of the World Forestry Congress, to welcome us and giving us some quick introductory word. Peter?
Thank you very much, Pier Andrea, and good morning, afternoon, evening, colleagues and friends. We are very happy to see that many of you joining this call. As the polls have already suggested, this is the second webinar of its kind, with the main objective of helping you getting engaged with the World Forestry Congress, and also hoping to see many of you, or preferably all of you, at the Congress next year. I certainly don't want to waste time on stupid introductory remarks and taking it away from the useful discussion that we are going to have. I just want to mention to you, and I'm happy to welcome our colleagues from the Korean part of the Secretariat. I just want to mention to you that we really do mean that we want to provide support to you, and with the generous arrangements by the host country, the Republic of Korea, we hope that soon we will be able to share with you a financial support scheme by which those who are most in need could perhaps be facilitated in attending the Congress. This is something that will come at a later stage, but I just want to alert you to keep your eyes on the website, because this is where it will be communicated. And as a last word, you might have noticed that the session is recorded. That is because way more registered for this webinar than how many of us we are right now, and we hope that those who cannot join this time would still be able to enjoy it and learn from this after the event will have happened. So with that, I hand back the microphone to you, Pier Andrea, and wish you, all of us, a very useful time spent on this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter, for opening today. I hope you can stay with us for some of the program. I know you're very busy. You're welcome, of course, to stay throughout and provide your input in the rest of the session. Thanks very much again, Peter. Let's move on now quickly, and I would like now to invite Amos to come on. I think I saw Amos in the room. I understand he had some technical issues.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, you're here. I would like to hand over to you, Amos, to give us a quick overview of the session today, so we can start to tell a bit more what we've got in store for this webinar. Please.
Thank you very much.
Let me just keep the screen sharing. Let me just keep the screen sharing, Amos, so just for sake of time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, and thank you, Peter, for affirming the commitment of the World Forestry Congress to prioritize youth engagement in the lead to and at the World Forestry Congress. Welcome once again, everyone. I am to this second webinar in the World Forestry Congress Youth Webinar Series. My name is Amos Amanubo, the Youth Outreach and Liaison for the World Forestry Congress, and today your co-host alongside Pier Andrea. The main objective of this webinar is to highlight a core priority of the World Forestry Congress, that is the upcoming opportunities for youth and young professional engagement at the Congress. Aware of the needs, challenges, and the roles of youth and young professionals in co-creating and transforming our common future, the World Forestry Congress together with young people to create enabling conditions that will empower and build their capacity, mainstream their perspective through dialogue, and enable connecting and sharing and learning. Here, Andrea, can you please go to the next? Yeah, so if you can see from the screen, the program items of the webinar series speak directly to these envisaged targets that strengthen the role of youth and young professionals in building sustainable futures. Can we go to the next? Thank you so much. For today's webinar, we have a 90-minute interactive session that is packed with important news and announcements. We'll start with some networking activities to get to know each other better. And then we will continue with Jessica Katlevicius from Project Learning Free Canada to unveil the WFC Green Mentor Program. Then next, we will have Pier Andrea, who will give us a quick tour of the World Forest Voices blog, the place that will serve as a home for youth and social media activities related to the Congress. But then wait, there is quite a lot more that is on the table for us. There's quite a diverse menu. We will hear from Catherine Klein about plans for upcoming competitions and campaigns and how you can be part of these and participate in them. And we will also, hear from our colleagues, Erika, who will take us through the regional consultations and youth declaration that is being planned for the World Forestry Congress. And yes, we aim to, can we go on? And with that, we will come to the closure of this session. Pier Andrea, let me know if I missed anything out, but we aim to close the meeting on time. But the virtual room will sort of remain open a bit longer if you want to hang around and chit chat and network informally. For now, I invite you to be present for the next couple of minutes. Let me go to the next. Yeah, so it's important to know who is in the meeting today, and it's very important for us to get to network when we meet like this, since it's a virtual world and travels and so on are restricted quite a lot. But when we get an opportunity to meet like this, it is very vital. And I'll hand you over to Pier Andrea, who will take us through this networking session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amos. We'll actually do it a bit together, I guess, this one. Thanks for introducing the program. I hope our participants are as excited as I am. We're very good with time, so let me not waste any. And let's move on to our networking exercise. We're going to do a meta tea party. I don't know if you've done it before, but this is how it's going to work. We'll give you an open sentence. You will see it displayed in the slide. And basically, you'll just have to complete the open sentence in the chat with a short phrase, right? Don't overthink your answer. This is a quick activity, right? So we'll have the prompt sentence changing every 20 seconds, 30 seconds tops. So don't overthink your answer. Just type in the first thing that comes to your mind. Some questions, I mean, sentences are quite straightforward, I have to say. And don't worry about typos. Typos don't count in the chat. All right? And let's have fun. So I repeat, we'll now see a set of sentences, open sentences. Please complete them in the chat with a short phrase. Just the first thing that comes to my mind. Typos don't count. And let's have fun. I'm also repeating it because I've been warned that I was speaking too fast and the interpreters were not happy with me. I hope I now found the right pace. So please, everybody, let's all join in and participate. And we've got our first question. The first 2 or 3 are very simple, just to get the gist of it. So my name is, please type in the chat. We want to see 70-some names appearing. So Catherine, Maria, yeah, Adrian, perfect, Amos, Aziza, Jonathan. I'm not reading you all, but yeah, please type in, keep coming. And make sure that your chat is sent to everyone and not as a private chat. All right, so we should have about 70-some names appearing. All right, please, let's go on quickly. All right, so second one, also very simple. I live in. So let's see where we are all based. We have already heard from some of you. I myself am based in Kota Kinabalu, Malaysia. We've got, I guess, quite geographical coverage. I see Mexico, New York, Philippines, Kampala, Lesotho, Canada, Cameroon, Yaoundé, Nigeria, United States, more for Philippines, South Africa, great, Japan, yeah. Kalimantan, South Borneo, we are neighbors. I'm in North Borneo. Somebody from Italy, of course. Who else? We have Kenya. Yeah, again, I'm not reading them all, but looks like a quite nice geographical spread. Thanks very much. Let's move on. I work as, I study. What is it that you do? You can tell us what you are busy working or what you study. I study, what are you studying? Not just say study, please let us know what you're studying. So we see also the diversity of experience and expertise and professional profiles that we have in the room. Researchers, program coordinator, forestry students, masters. I see, Amos, am I missing something?
We have quite a lot of students in the house.
Yeah, well, not surprisingly, I guess.
Yes, analyst and natural resource management and policy specialist.
Researchers as well. Please remember to keep your microphone muted. Conservation biology, okay, nice.
Communication and public policy.
Great, yeah. Thanks, Nancy. Great that you could join us today. Environmental and forest resources. All right, this is great. Let's move on to the next one. Now we start to get a bit more personal. I feel motivated when or by. What is it that motivates you? Well, drink coffee, yeah, a +1 here. Pipet, I subscribe to that. I eat meal very well, yeah.
Taking pictures of nature.
Fantastic, yes. New challenges. What else motivates us as a group, or you as individual? Walking around, yeah, it's very good for creativity, I guess, also walking around, especially in nature, right? Same listening to music, for some makes wonder. Singing, okay, Vanya, we want to hear you singing, huh? All right, there are a few more coming in. Learning new knowledge.
Bird watching.
Bird watching, yeah. Great, there are all different things that motivates us, I guess. Cuddling with pets, meeting people, yeah. Hopefully we're doing this today. Okay, let's move on. Something that is important to me is, what is it that it's important to you? What is that you deeply care about?
Family.
Family, yeah. Being kind to people, yeah. A lot of family keeps coming back, yeah. Parents, family, environment, work and family. I hope you can balance that. It's always difficult to find to strike the right balance, I guess. Environment, socialization, yeah. And we had way too less in the last 18 months, I guess, of socializing. At least I speak for myself, but I guess for everybody it's been the same. Helping people, yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, it's really important. Yeah, I subscribe to that. The future of our planet. Music, yeah, perfect. We like that as well. Collaboration and inclusivity. This is fantastic. Youth empowerment, yeah. Keep that coming, please. This is great. It's really nice to hear what motivates you, and as a group, what are the, can I say values or in general things that we do care about. All right, let's move on. My greatest professional challenge currently is. Maybe here we give you a few more seconds to think and type. Yeah, Peter. You're not alone, I guess. There are a few here in Rome, in Korea, of course. Amos from South Africa. Yeah, postdoc, I see postdoc. Balancing family and work, yes. Yeah, I can subscribe to that as well. Establishing funding for my new organization, yeah, I guess that's always challenging, especially in COVID times, I guess. For some organization, access to funding has been really critical.
There's someone writing for the selected paper for the WFC.
Sorry, I missed that, Amos?
Is someone writing a selected paper of the WFC? That's like the biggest challenge, the greatest challenge.
Yeah, well, some of you may have been submitted abstract for papers. We have Yuka here with us. She led the previous webinar on abstract submissions. So it's good to see that some of you are busy completing your submission by writing papers. All right, this is great. Yeah, language barrier. I see that. I cannot. I'm afraid I'm not very helpful on that. Being able to speak fluently only in English, well, and Italian. But hopefully we've got our interpreters here today that are helping us to overcome some of the language barriers. All right, we've got a couple more, and let me move on swiftly. And this is a bit longer, so let's take our time to read it. Youth and young professionals' involvement in the forest sector is important because. Why do you think? What do you think it's the reason why? Some things are clear, I guess, but yeah, it's obvious, of course. Thanks, Ari. New ideas, yeah? So it's not all about the future, it's also bringing in new ideas and new perspective. Ethical reasons, I like that. Survival of future generation. Energy, yeah? Creativity. And I guess imagination in bringing a new word. Give us a few more. Sustainability, innovation, and problem solving. New perspectives, yes? Yeah. It's necessity. Thanks, Catherine. Yeah, that's also why we're doing this webinar and activities for youth and young professional involvement in the lead up to the Congress. New ideas again, yeah. Future leaders.
New world views.
New world reviews, that's fantastic. Strong physical, yeah. Well, don't underestimate, you know, older generations. Some can keep fit still, physically and mentally. All right, this is great. I think we've got one more before we go on with the program. And let me just display it quickly. Here is. So what's your hope for the activities leading up to and the Congress? What do you hope this will bring? It could be to you personal or more at a larger scale. What do you think, what's your hope for the activities like the one we're engaging and the other activities that are leading up to the Congress? Of course, you'll hear more about this today, but what's your hope? Why, in another way, why are you, what's the hope that you come here with? Give you a few more seconds, and we'll see that we still have some people coming in. We're at 83 at the moment. It's fantastic. Thanks to everybody that has joined us along the way. We've been doing this Med Tea Party, as it is called, as a quick way to network and introducing each other. Amos, I cannot talk and read. What have I missed from the chat?
There's a lot. It's a diversity of hopes.
Diversity of hopes, yeah? Can we pick a couple?
Forest management and socialization. Someone hopes to, Lisette hopes to improve their knowledge and enlarge the network, new ideas and a wide knowledge base. Capacity building, good from you. This is the space for that. New connections with like-minded people. This is definitely a space for you to establish new connections.
I see also dialogue about conserving nature resources, including local communities. So yeah, the activities we're doing are also very much about dialogue, about bringing in different voices, different stories, different opinions and ideas.
New knowledge and ideas to foster my professional career. This is a very important space. You will realize that sooner or much sooner that you're in the right space to foster your professional career.
All right, very good. This is great. I see that some chats are still coming in, but in the interest of time, I would like, first of all, to give ourselves a big round of applause, to give you a big round of applause for contributing so actively in this activity. And I'd now like to ask Amos to lead us into the next segment, if that's all right, Amos.
Thank you very much, Pier Andrea, for leading us through this session. Dear friends, thank you for joining us once again, and thank you for holding on. Now we're going to a very important session that has also been highlighted in the hopes that you have put in the chat box. We're going to have the Green Mentor Program that is being planned by the World Forestry Congress and packed by Jessica Kaknavicius from the project Learning Tree Canada. Over to you, Jessica. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Amos. Let's see if this works. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Let me know when you can see it. I'll start to see some heads nodding. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you for joining us. For me, it's a nice early morning. For some of you, I know that it's a nice late evening. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm calling in from Toronto, Canada, which is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, and the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. And so I'd like to thank you for joining us this morning to give you a little introduction to a program that we are planning to launch in the early 2022 in partnership with the World Forestry Congress. Before I get into the details of the program, my name is Jess Kaknavicius. I am VP of Education at Project Learning Tree Canada. I'm also joined by my colleague today, Maria, who is visible in the chat. She can say a hello if she wants. She is also calling in from, Ottawa, Canada today. And so we are going to be here basically leading the World Forestry Congress PLT Canada Green Mentor Program over the next basically 10 months. And so this is a great opportunity for you to potentially join a program and meet a potential mentor. Before I get into that, I just wanted to share a little bit about who we are. So Project Learning Tree Canada is an initiative of the Sustainable Forestry Initiative. And our vision is a world that values and benefits from sustainably managed forests. And we achieve this through a variety of ways, including our education programming, which Maria and myself are very focused on, as well as our community engagement, our conservation efforts, and our standards in sustainable forest management. Some of you may have heard about us, some of you may have not. We're more well known in the North American atmosphere, but we're definitely global. We work with the PEFC on our standards being recognized globally, as well as our Project Learning Tree program, which is an international program. So Project Learning Tree Canada has been doing programs for youth for over 4 years now. We were created in 2017 under SFI. And since then, we've been working hard to build our youth network and our youth collaborative efforts across Canada, as well as into the US. In Canada alone, we have a large youth network that have been built largely through our green jobs placements. So since 2017, we've placed over 3,700 youth in green jobs across Canada through wage support to employers. And this year we're tracking to add an additional 1,700 jobs to that. So we'll be over 5,000 jobs by the end of the year. And this is a large part as a result of funding from the government, as well as our large network of employers and partners across Canada. We are looking to expand this program into the US. In addition to that, we also have been building other career services and support programs, including our mentorship program, which I'll get into in just a second, as well as some career resources. So here we have highlighted our Indigenous Youth Opportunities Guide, which focuses on highlighting 12 professionals, Indigenous professionals in the forest sector, and telling their stories and how they got into the jobs that they did and their career pathways. And so a big part of the work we do is trying to elevate diverse voices and trying to provide opportunities for diverse youth in green jobs. So as a result of our efforts with our career resources, our mentorship program, and our job placements, we are supporting diverse youth, including Indigenous youth, visible minorities, as well as supporting women in the forest and conservation sector. In addition to that, we also provide curriculum materials and activities for classrooms. So this is focused on introducing forests and the environment and teaching students and young people skills that they can take into their future green career. But as I mentioned, one of the programs that we're really focused on and what we're here to talk to you about today is our Green Mentor program. So in the past year, we've supported over 200 people, and currently we're adding another 50 people this year with another cohort in Canada in our Green Mentorship program. So this is a program that matches mentees and mentors through a 6-month program. I'll get into the details in just a second, but just so you know, this program has had a huge impact on both mentors and mentees over the past 2 years. A lot of them have indicated building confidence as a result of this program, building their networking skills and communication, as well as improving their coaching skills for mentors. So mentorship in general is a really valuable program for us to build our leadership skills. So young people like you and I see, all of us want to develop our networking skills and build our confidence and build our understanding of the forest and conservation sector. And so mentorship can be a really important way to do that. And so building off of Pierre's, go ahead.
Sorry, Jessica.
Yeah.
Just a reminder that because we have an interpretation, so if you could
slow down.
Pace yourself
Gotcha.
like I tried to do.
No
Thank
problem.
You.
Thank you. I will slow down. Well, I'll take this opportunity to go to the next slide, which I'm going to play off of your little game there. And I added in a slide that asks mentorship is. And so I'd love to see in the chat what you think mentorship is. And one of the reasons I wanted to add this question into this conversation is mentorship is not necessarily something that is well understood by everybody or might not have experience in it. So if you could put in the chat box what you think mentorship is. And if you don't understand what mentorship is, I'd also like to hear that. So I can go through a bit of a description of what mentorship is before I get into the opportunity of mentorship. So mentorship is, if you could add in the chat box what you believe mentorship is and means to you. Guidance. Give and take. Guidance and growth, sharing. Training. Influencing one and guiding, occasion to learn through people who have more experience. Support and encouragement. Knowledge sharing. Empowering. Awesome. So what I'm seeing is that a lot of people at least understand what you could potentially get from mentorship. And hopefully there's not a lot of people that don't understand what mentorship it could potentially do. So you can continue to add into the chat box there. And I'll just move on to the next slide, which basically just outlines what some people feel mentorship does, or why people look for a mentor. And so we've asked some of our participants in the past why they look for a mentor, and everything from helping them develop skills to providing them guidance, which was one of the most popular answers I saw just right now in the chat, helping people grow professionally, an opportunity for you to ask questions of someone in the field. Building your network is a really important benefit of mentorship. Additional perspective can be a really valuable piece of mentorship. And the interesting thing here is, while this slide asks you why do people look for a mentor, I would say that a lot of people would say the exact same things about why they're looking for a mentee. And so mentor and mentees both value and benefit from the mentorship relationship. It's not a one-sided thing. And I think that that's something that's really important as you walk into a mentorship opportunity. It's not just about you learning from someone, but you have a lot to bring to the table as well. We just saw, through that fun interactive activity, the Mad Tea Party, we asked, what do you think the next generation is bringing to the table? Why do you think that they provide so much value? And there's a lot of answers. There's a lot of lessons around being open to opportunities and bringing new perspectives. And so that's something that's really important for mentorship as well. So hopefully I've been able to slow down a little bit for everyone. But there's different roles that people have in the mentor and the mentee relationship. So in the relationship, mentors are meant to listen and offer support and add relevant knowledge and share their stories and experiences. So when you have a mentor, you may ask them to help you navigate a challenge, and they might bring to the table their own experiences and perspectives in that challenge. The mentee, on the other side, takes responsibility for owning the mentorship relationship, shares their concerns, that develops their own objectives within a mentor and a mentee relationship, as well as challenges themselves to think about who they are and where they are going. And really what both people bring to the relationship is trust and respect for each other, commitment to the whole 6-month program, which I'll get into in a second. They both commit to communicating regularly and open to two-way learning, as well as sharing ideas and feedback. So as I mentioned, both mentors and mentees are gaining something from a mentorship relationship. So what does this all mean for you today? So we're excited to be working with the World Forestry Congress leading up to hopefully the in-person event for some of you that will be able to attend. But for those who will not be able to attend, we're also offering this opportunity to be a part of a 6-month mentorship program. So you can sign up as a mentee, or you can encourage someone to sign up as a mentee or a mentor of this 6-month program. Our goal is to start the program in January 2022. We'll be sending out surveys in order to help match people in November. And the goal is to end the program in June 2022. So after the World Forestry Congress, the program will conclude. However, that doesn't mean that your relationship with your mentor or your mentee will end. It just means that the program officially ends. And one of the things we have found in providing a Green Mentor program over the past few years is having a nice timed program. So anywhere from 4 to 6 months helps to make it really successful. as well as helps to build program elements that guide a mentee throughout the program. And that's a really important piece of this. So with the World Forestry Congress, we are hoping to have at least a 50 mentor and mentee program. I just put in there, the mentees are between 18 to 35. However, if you are a mentor under 35, you can also register as a mentor when the platform opens. What we are asking people, and one of the most important things we ask when we're looking at mentees and mentors, is that they understand the commitment to the program. So that means a minimum of 2 hours per month. Usually it's done through Zoom chat these days, or through phone calls, or through texts. But it's really important that if you are interested in signing up for this program, that you have the time to commit to the program, because that is important for both the mentee and the mentor. The meetings are set by you. Our program is a mentee-driven program. So mentors are there to support you, but mentees are really reaching out to the mentors, setting up a meeting, setting up the agenda, and we provide the training for both mentees and mentors in the program. So if you're sitting there going, I don't really know what to do as a mentee in the program, we have the resources to support you through your 6-month internship. So don't worry, we are here to help you. We also do feedback surveys throughout the program. So we do surveys to get the initial feedback on how your matches are going and how your program is going, but also know that Maria and myself are open to feedback. Oh, I'm just noticing someone's not on mute. There we go, thank you. But we are open to feedback at any time. And then most importantly, how our program is run. So unlike some additional mentorship programs, ours has a bit more structure, and we find that this can help you in your mentorship journey. So we have an online course that you can take that walks you through your 6-month program, or we just have resources that might help you as you develop your objectives of the program. And all of that we cover in our launch webinar and our training materials. So this program, we're excited to be hosting with the World Forestry Congress, launching in January 2022. Just a quick snapshot of what the program looks like over the 6 months. As I mentioned, we have a kickoff webinar in January, and then throughout the 6 months, we have different topics that we touch on. And so you're not just going into this program not supported and not feeling like you know what to talk about. We hopefully provide you with the resources and the guidance that you need to walk you through your 6-month mentorship program. We also host webinars as well as events throughout the 6 months that hopefully you can attend, and we will account for time zones as where appropriate. But basically we help to guide that program so you feel like you're a part of a community, as well as an opportunity to network with other mentees, especially if you're planning to go to the World Forestry Congress. You might have the opportunity to meet other mentees or mentors that also might be attending the event. So before I get into kind of opening it up to see if there's any questions, next steps, what does this look like? Perfect, thank you. I see the question from Mike. We are just finalizing our online registration form where we'll then be sent out to anybody who wants to sign up for the mentee or mentor program. Once that is finished and completed, we will send that through the World Forestry Congress. But if in the meantime you just want to get on the mailing list or want to be considered for the program, please reach out to Maria Djiralami at forest.org if you're interested in joining. And also, if your friends or your colleagues did not attend the webinar today, but they're interested, please consider sharing the program with them. We need both mentees and mentors for the program to be successful. We're hoping to keep the registration open for the next month or so. And then Maria and I, as well as folks from the World Forestry Congress, will be looking through the mentors and the mentees and be selecting candidates for a January 2022 start. So in the meantime, just keep your eyes open, and that's it for me today. And I'm open to answering any questions that we might have. Oh,
thank you very much, Jessica. Thank you. Great picture, by the way, this last slide. I see that there were a couple of questions already in the chat, but I would welcome anybody that would like to come in verbally to just raise your hand and see if there is any question that you would like to, or clarification that you would like to ask Jessica.
And maybe I could just add something before we open up. And one of the questions I was expecting to get was probably, do you have to be attending the World Forestry Congress in order to be a part of the program? Of course, we would love for people to meet up in person, and it is a great opportunity for you to meet your potential mentor. But this program is opened for anybody within the World Forestry Congress community.
There is a hand up.
Yeah, Nancy, the floor is
Good
yours.
afternoon. Good afternoon. Good morning and good evening, everyone. Greetings from Kenya. My name is Nancy. I would kindly like to ask, is this mentorship program open to schools for students with disabilities, and how can we work together to ensure that some of these learners are beneficiary of this program? Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. We are open to anybody joining the program, and we are open to working with people that need support throughout the program. And so we've offered opportunities in the past for people with disabilities to be a part of our program. Part of our registration process allows us to ask whether people need accommodations in the program. So we are open to providing as much support as we can.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Thanks, Jessica. Let's see if we have any more questions. It's your opportunity to ask everything you want to know about the Green Mentor program. Jessica explained quite clearly how it's going to work, but it's your opportunity to talk directly with her and see if you would like to have any additional information that it's worth sharing or discussing at this point. Please write in the chat or raise your hand. Yeah, there is one in the chat from Gabrielle.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's asking, is it going to be offered in many languages? Right now, the program is only offered in English. However, we do have a French platform, so we can provide some of that. And then I think Catherine can also add to that.
Yes, thanks, Jessica. So yes, it's in English, but we will provide the possibility to people to indicate their primary language. So when matching, even if the materials are in English, we can provide matches, given the right matches, also in terms of language. So that if there is a primary Spanish speaker mentor and primary Spanish speaker mentee, then they can we can try and accommodate that. Yeah, but all of the materials will be in English, and I think, as you said, some are in French because they're already done for the program. Thank you.
Thanks, Catherine. Thanks, Jessica. I see the question from Sophie about the registration, the website for registration. Maybe I can just reply quickly here. From what I understand from Jessica, the registration platform is currently being finalized to make sure that the correct questions are asked in order to be able to do the matchmaking between mentor and mentees. It should be available probably in the next, well, I wouldn't say few days. Is it too optimistic, Jessica?
No, that's not optimistic. That's what we're aiming for.
So we're aiming to have it available in the next few days. And if you just hold on, we'll tell you how you can keep informed on when the registration platform will be open. So that will come later on in the session. But yeah, registration should be able, the platform should be available for you to submit your application in the next few days. And since I'm here, let me also take the next question. Yes, the webinar will be recording, and we also will make it available for playback. We'll share the details in just a bit. I had seen briefly a hand raised, but I don't see it anymore. So I don't know if...
yeah, there is still a hand raised.
I don't know if it was you before. Please, go ahead, Peter.
It was Kenneth.
I see Peter now. Peter?
Yes, thank you. Actually, my comment would make sense only after all the questions and comments by participants raised. Because I just wanted to thank Jessica for the great introduction and tell everybody that actually we are really very excited about this program. And we are very happy to be able to organize this under the aegis of the WFC, especially because we, and in this case, we does not mean the WFC Secretariat, but FAO, we have been working on such an event taking place for quite some time now, but for some reasons, this would be pretty much the first implementation, and we hope that it will have an afterlife. So not only the pairs taking part in this first exercise would benefit from this, but this would also serve as a series of similar arrangements in the future. So we hope that by this we are throwing a seed into fertile ground, and this will continue well into the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter. Thanks a lot. Let's see if there are a few more questions. Monica, I see that your microphone is open. I don't know if you'd like to come in with a question or a comment. Otherwise, I'm going to mute you, if you hope you don't mind.
There is also a mic open from Aspana Kaful.
Yeah, let's see. Is there any question for Jessica? What would you like to ask her? It's your opportunity. No? All right. Any taker? Herbert. Please, unmute yourself.
Yes, Andrea. Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity, and nice meeting all of you guys. I heard Jessica mention that the mentor and mentee program is actually age restricted to from 18 to 35, if I'm not mistaken. So if maybe
that was just for the mentees. Sorry, if I could clarify. And so we consider mentees to be between 18 and 35. However, sometimes mentors can also fit into that later age bracket between 30 and 35 if they have the experience to support a mentee.
Okay, great.
So mentors can be anyone. Mentees are restricted to 18 to 35.
Yeah, and mentors should have the expertise within the green project, right?
Yes, preferably.
Great stuff. Thank you. Thanks, Jessica.
Thank you, Herbert. Thanks very much. I'm reading the question from Kelly in the chat. Are these programs, World Forestry Congress and Sustainable Forestry Initiative, connected to the Interfaith Rainforest Initiative? I don't know if this,
we are not. Yeah, we're not linked with that. I don't know if Catherine has anything to add on that.
Yes, we aren't linked, but we could definitely reach out to find out if there's something similar going on, because I know of that initiative.
Thank you, Catherine. Thanks, Jessica. And thanks, Kelly, for asking your question. All right. So if there are I don't see any more activity in the chat, nor hand raised. So please join me in giving Jessica and Maria a big round of virtual applause. Thanks very much. And yeah, we'll share some more information on the registration page in the next coming days. Thank you, Jessica. Thanks again. All right, and you'll see Maria email in the chat in case. All right, let's move on, Amos. Yeah, we're a bit behind with schedule. So let me just share my screen and go to the next segment. Well, how do you keep updated, and how do you can Amos earlier on talked about creating spaces and building a home for the youth initiative and in general digital and social media initiative around the Congress, especially leading up to the Congress. So today we want to unveil still in beta, but it's available as of now. We'll share the link at the end of the day so you don't get too distracted. At the end of the session, we're presenting today the World Forest Voices blog. You see the homepage here, and I'm going to present some of the content that you will find and what the blog, it's there for you right? So what opportunities there are there, what action can you take, and how, what information you can find, and how you can use the blog. This is an official space, so this is really a space to share voices, stories, ideas, experiences from different people that gravitate around the World Forestry Congress and are like you are working on forestry and related sectors. So we are creating this space for you to be informed, but also to contribute. I see somebody, Francesca, if you can mute. Thank you very much. So we've got, you'll find some blogs. There is already one blog introducing the Green Mentor program, and we'll update this one with the registration, with information on registration. We're building a series of testimonials. The one that you find here is from Amos, and we'll have a few more lined up that we'll be publishing in the coming days. Testimonials from youth and young professionals like you that took an active part in the previous World Forestry Congress. So they're going to be sharing with us why they engaged in that activity and what they gain out of it. What was the benefit for them in participating? This is just an example. We have a few more. We have the recording of the previous webinar. Somebody was asking for that, or some of you did not attend it, and we'll have the recording of the next one. We'll promote youth and young professional related activities that will be launched in the lead up to the Congress. You'll find all youth-related activity, youth and young professional, in what we call the Youth Corner. So this is the space where activities will be publicized and also documented, and where we encourage you to contribute as well. We'll go more into details in just a few slides. You'll find also information about upcoming competition and campaigns. I don't want to spoil anything here. We'll have Catherine just in a bit talking about that. But just to say that not only will promote the campaigns, but all the campaigns and the competition, as you will see, are really much geared to give you the opportunity to generate and share and publish content. So all the content that is going to be generated from the users, from the community that we're building around the World Forestry Congress will be made available through this space. And finally, you will find an introduction on the Congress theme and topics, which will bring you back to the main Congress website, where you find all the information around the themes and sub-themes of the 15th World Forestry Congress. But we'll also work and we invite you to contribute blog posts, opinion pieces, stories around these topics and themes, to contribute your voice and share your ideas and opinions around the various topics that will be discussed at the Congress. Because we want this to be also a place, as you read in the tagline, that brings together blogs, videos, and social media content from and around the Congress. So on the front page and in some subsequent pages, you'll also find an aggregator, a social wall that brings together all different user-generating content from various social media channels, such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, using the Congress hashtag, WFC Korea. So it's also a way to see at a glance what is what the conversation, the social media conversation around the Congress is, who is talking, what are the voices that are being shared on different social media channels. Very briefly, like we said at the beginning, this is really a space for you, for all of us as individuals that care about forest and want to share our voices around stories. There are different ways that are already available for you to take action through the website. We're going to be hearing about competition and campaigns, so like I mentioned before, you'll find from here information about how to participate, how to enter the competition, and how you can participate. Most important, we really invite you to contribute your blogs. It's called World Forest Voices. We really would like to build a collection of authors and voices and faces. And we really encourage you to contribute your voice and share your thoughts together with the larger audience of like-minded people that are working to build a green, healthy, and resilient future with forest. You'll also find information about upcoming webinars, and the recordings of previous webinars. And we'll have some more in store. We don't want to unveil everything in one go. The Congress is 8 months away. There will be other initiatives that will be launched through the World Forestry Congress for all of us to engage and participate and, like, again, make our voice heard and shared. So this is again the front page. I'm tempted to send the link now, but also not. So I'd like to keep it till the end. So let's see also who stays till the end. At the end of the session today, we'll share the link. This is now live. When you go visit, please, like I said, we are just in beta. If you spot anything which is a bit off or the site not working as it should, please let us know. We'll leave the contact details at the end, so we can address any possible issues that you'll find. I hope you'll enjoy browsing through the blog, and that you'll be involved and take the actions that we are suggested, and especially that you join us as an author through the website. I think that's it on this. I would like to see if there is any question. I see that Catherine also has come on video. I don't know, Catherine, if you would like to add anything on the blog, or you're just getting ready for the next slot, for the next segment. All right, questions, comments, ideas. Like I said, we'll share the link at the end of the day. So, and of course, you'll receive it via email. It's a simple blog with some, like I said, different functionalities for you to take action and join the community of youth and young professionals involved in the activities leading up to the Congress. Coming back to a question that was raised before, a lot of the activities that will be promoted and launched here are not exclusively for youth and young professionals. So anybody indeed could contribute a blog post. We're really looking forward to having a diversity of authors in terms of geography, expertise, different fields, different type of projects that you're busy with. So there is no age limit in that sense to become a contributor. And if there were, I wouldn't be able to contribute because I'm over the limit for youth and maybe also young professional. But let me stop talking. Let's see if there is any question or comments that you would like to share with us on this blog space that we are launching today.
Perhaps as they think of questions about the blog space, I just invite you to sort of take this question: what is that strategic and critical space that you use where people can read about your ideas and opinions apart from your social media handles? So this is the space that the blog is also creating for you to submit your perspectives or opinions and experiences about what is happening in your community or globally. And therefore, it is an opportunity for us to put our voices out there.
Thank you very much, Amos. Indeed. Yeah. All right. I don't see any. I saw a question in the chat. We'll probably address that later on about opportunities for young people to attend. That's noted. But in the interest of time, I see that it's 9:06 p.m. here. So I'd like to move on swiftly. And I'd like to invite Joshua. Actually, I'm handing over to Amos.
Thank you very much, Pier Andrea. Thank you for that informative session on the blog. Now we're going to our next segment of this webinar. It's about the regional consultations and youth declaration. This has been something that was also highlighted in the previous webinar. It's being led by our colleagues from the UNFF MGCY. And now I have the pleasure to invite Erika Djiralami to give us a snapshot update into the youth consultation and declaration. As mentioned earlier on, everything that we do is to bring the voices of young people and young youth and young professionals to the fore. So this is an opportunity, and I invite you to be present once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amos, for giving me the floor. And hi, everyone. My name is Erika. I am one of the focal point of the major group Children and Youth to the United Nations Forum on Forest. And we have been given the opportunity to lead the development of the Youth Regional Consultation and the declaration for the World Forestry Congress. And why this is important. So the involvement and participation of younger generation in global development initiatives and decision-making processes have increasingly become an uncontested urgency. The growing calls for youth participation are generally explained from both ethical and strategic perspectives. Youth are the narrators of the future and key targets of development. However, youth representatives in science, policy, practice arena view their participation as superficial and with lack of continuity. A large proportion of them suggest that opportunities to express their opinions and ideas remain limited. They argue that the forest-related international events and industry should provide more opportunities for the youth to facilitate engagement with other groups to share ideas, wisdom, and solutions. The self-perception of lack of power is a barrier for certain groups of people, such as youth, in multi-actors arena. For this reason, they should be provided with more opportunities to speak about development issues that affect their lives and future, as well as about their needs and priorities. Their innovation and creativity, when properly nurtured, are ascribed with the potential to advance key global development objectives. So our vision is to develop a youth declaration with youth organizations and youth representatives from all over the world, operating at the international, national, and local scale within the forest sector. Specifically, with the declaration, we aim at exhibiting the current work of youth and young professionals in the thematic priorities of the World Forestry Congress globally, identifying the necessary enabling conditions to address the challenges in the currently ongoing activities of the youth organizations, and creating awareness among the diverse stakeholders at the World Forestry Congress and beyond of the necessary enabling conditions to strengthen the position of youth and young professionals in the forest sector, and connecting youth organizations and all relevant stakeholders for the long-term provision of enabling needs. So after implementing an inclusive consultation process, our first step has been to develop a database of youth organizations and experts that work within the 6 sub-themes of the World Forestry Congress. And we did that by mapping all the different youth stakeholders across the globe, making sure to be as inclusive as possible. Our second step will be to run regional consultations, 4 in total, where participants will be asked about their challenges and needs and what they think it is important to deliver with the Youth Declaration. Those of you interested in participating are welcome to join for both the regional consultations, as well as for giving us your inputs on the outcomes of the consultation. You can reach out to me or my colleague if you want to participate or simply be updated about the general progress. And I'm going to write my email address and my colleague address in the chat. And this is pretty much it on my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Erika, for highlighting the importance of bringing the youth voices to the fore through such a systematic and very rigorous process. If you again have any questions, I will perhaps request Erika to also share their contacts in the chat if convenient, or if you have any quick questions, you can raise your hand up or put it in the chat box. But since time is almost nearly not becoming our friend now, yeah, I will hand over to Piera Andrea to sort of lead us through the next sessions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Amos, and thanks, Erika. We look forward to know more and see the outcome of the consultation. And you're welcome to, of course, use the blog to document and share the consultation as they take place. All right, we are going towards the last segment, and I'd like to invite now Catherine Klein from the WFC Secretariat to share with us about upcoming competition and campaigns. Catherine.
Thank you, Pier Andrea. I'll be very brief. I just wanted to inform everyone that leading up to the Congress, campaigns and competitions will be planned to highlight all of the voices of people around the world who appreciate forests and all of the roles that forests play in building a green, healthy, and resilient future. So the first one to keep your eye out for will be upcoming in the next week or so. We'll announce all of the details. But it's called the Forest Changemaker competition. And what we're looking for is, it's for youth only, this particular call. And we're asking all of you in the field who are doing interesting work, which benefit both forest ecosystems and your community, to share that work in an inspirational way. Think of it as sort of a TED Talk or a video in the field, though, that introduces you, presents your work, and most importantly, the impact it's having. So, yes. So this is an upcoming that will be coming soon. So we just wanted to say, keep your eyes out. And you know, as Amos has said, and Pier Andrea has underlined, that participating will allow you to highlight your own vision of forests and forestry, and to share your story and lessons learned with people all around the world. And our aim is to give visibility to the importance of forests and to inspire others with all of the work that's happening. More information will be available through the official Congress website, as well as we also share the information through the blog. So please stay tuned. And forthcoming will also be in early next year a blog competition. So start thinking. So that is it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Catherine. Thanks a lot. So yes, we are finalizing the video competition that Catherine just mentioned. It's going to be finalized and launched soon. So this is really a sneak preview of a lot of things that are happening. For all of you that have participated, we've heard about the Green Mentor program. You'll be the first to explore the World Forest Voices blog. We've heard about the regional consultations, and now about competitions. I'd like to take just a minute to see if there is any questions or clarification that you would like to ask to Catherine, specifically around the competition. I see that there are a couple of messages in the chat, but let's give ourselves a few seconds to see if there are a few that we can address at the same time. And also, again, it's nice to hear voices, not just to read in the chat. So please feel free to raise your hand, open up your mic. Kenneth, you're opening up your mic. Would you like to ask any question?
What I was want to put forward or inquire is the recording which we have been sharing. I don't know whether it will be in person to send via our email, then we can also download it and we listen to it.
Thanks, Kenneth. So the question is about making the recording downloadable. So you can, yeah, we can work it out. We can find options. Thanks. You'll have a follow-up email with information. By default, we'll upload it online, but we'll also try to make it downloadable so you can maybe it's easier in some occasion to download the file instead of streaming it online. Thanks, Kenneth. I see there is a bit of activity in the chat. Let me check. There is will the Mike is asking, will the competition information be found on the Congress website or sent to our individual emails? Catherine?
Hi, yeah, thank you for that question. It will be on the Congress website. We'll put it on the blog, and we also do send out newsletters, the WFC newsletters that we would be happy to share. Maybe we can share with this group who attended the webinar today. We can send the next newsletter because that also keeps updated on everything that's going on. So that's how we keep people updated, is through the newsletter and the website updates.
Yeah, and we'll promote it also through social media. There is a Facebook page, which is the official Facebook page. We have a youth group that Amos is managing together with a few other colleagues. So as a follow-up email, you'll receive all the information about different options, if you want, that you have to keep updated with news and announcements. I see there was a question earlier on around funding opportunity. Support for youth who wish to attend in person. I don't know, maybe if Peter is still here, maybe if you would like to take this question, or Catherine. I'm not sure if Pete, let me check. I'm not sure if we still have Peter on the room, or maybe our colleagues from Korea. Catherine, I see you have unmuted yourself.
Yes, I'm happy to jump in, and then if colleagues from Korea want to add anything. As Peter had introduced at the beginning, that there is at the moment, it's being finalized, a financial support scheme that youth and everybody can apply for those most in need to attend the Congress. So that's being worked on, a financial support mechanism for application. In addition, there is the early bird registration with special fees for students, and registering early is available till the 30th of November. So so that's, everyone's encouraged. Those are some special prices, rates until the 30th of November for everybody. So more information is to come on that. And if colleagues and, oh, there's Peter. Thanks.
Please, Peter, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, it's just because my principle is always ladies first. That's why, but otherwise I would fully support what Catherine has just said in this regard, recalling also what I briefly mentioned in the introduction. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Peter. And yes, Amos has provided the link in the chat to the Congress website, where you find information about registration. As Catherine mentioned, early bird registration is open. You'll find the newsletter, the registration for the newsletter, and all, of course, the information regarding not only the logistic, but also the content of the Congress, themes and topics. please, if you have any more questions, if you would like to ask any more questions, raise your hand or put it in the chat. There is still, I see, Mohammed, your comment around virtual access. My understanding is that the Congress is going to be in person. We'll have opportunities to meet beforehand virtually, like we're doing today. There's going to be a few more webinars in the coming month leading up to next May. Catherine, maybe you could also correct me if I'm wrong. There are going to be, beside these youth webinars like the one we're doing today, there will be some larger information session for larger audience, more webinar style, if you will. But as now, the Congress is planned to be attended in person. I'm not sure there is at the moment plans for virtual attendance.
Yeah, we are preparing for a physical Congress right now. If there's any updates, we'll let you know. But currently, we are preparing for a physical Congress. Thank you.
Thank you. And everybody, this is Diane from KFS in Seoul. Thank you very much, Diane, and part of the WFC Secretariat. All right. Last opportunity to ask questions, not only about competition, but more in general, in the activities, youth and young professional activities, or any other question that you might have related to the specific opportunities that we discussed today and we presented today. Let's see if there is any final question or comment. Kenneth, I keep muting you because we're getting some audio coming from your mic. Please don't take it personally if I mute you. All right. So we're going towards the closing. Before we finish, one more activity for us. Let me share my screen. So, if you were with us last time, you know how this is going to work. We're going to do a quick, well, 2 chat waves actually, not 1, 2 quick chat waves. The chat wave works in the following way. We'll give you a question. You can, please, you take a minute to think about your answer. But do not send. So type your answer in the chat, but do not send it, right? If you're going to send it, immediately you'll be disqualified. You can send it only when we say go. All right? So we'll give you a question. You type your answer in the chat. You hold. And when we say go, you press enter. So we see all the answers coming at the same time as a wave. Hopefully, if this works. All right. I hope you can see my screen all right. So, this is how the first question is there one thing that you particularly liked about today's session? You know, we always want to improve. This is the second youth webinar that we're doing. We have a few more planned for the coming months. We always would like to improve. So what should we keep doing? What is it that you like particularly about the session? It can be about the format, can be about the topic, the speakers, the fact that, well, I don't want to answer for you. Please start typing in the chat. What is the one thing that you particularly liked about today's session? Hopefully there is at least one thing that you particularly like. Please write your answer in the chat. But do not send. Wait. All right, let's try. Go. Enter. All right. Yeah, okay, I need to enlarge my chat window now because I cannot read everything. Amos, please help me. So interactive, I can see.
The presentations and the time management.
Informative. the networking bit.
The mentorship program, the time and audibility of the speakers, the clear information and engagement, getting to know how to participate and be in link with the Congress. We're glad that you got to know how to participate. Kelly says, I was glad to learn about the World Forestry Congress and the opportunities provided through the WFC and the SFI.
Thank you. Thanks, Amos. Thanks. I'm seeing a few. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that for some it was not boring. Yeah, we like it to keep it interactive and fast-paced. Maybe our interpreters are not always happy with us, but it's important. Yeah, we like it to keep it fast-paced. I hear somebody has the mic open. Please mute yourself. Learning from different perspectives. Thanks, Katerina. Interesting and engaging. All right, fantastic. Now that you know how it goes, we have one more chat wave before we close the session. And so, yeah, the instructions are the same. And the question is different, but the question is different. What topics would you be interested in for future webinars? We have already ideas for topics for upcoming youth webinars, such as this one. But, you know, we really would like to be responsive to your need or interests. So are there any specific topics, of course, related to what we're doing, that it would be useful for you for future webinars? Please start typing your answers in the chat. But do not send yet. Just type. Let's give ourselves a few more seconds. If we were all in the room, I would be able to see who is still writing and who has done writing. But unfortunately, we cannot. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, more about the mentorship part, more about the activities, forest restoration and climate change, so something topic specific, as I understand. How the Forest Initiative collaborate with peacemaking groups on the ground, so again, something very specific in terms of topics. Just about being connected to forestry for some. That's good. Yeah, and we got some more. Amos, anything that you're picking up?
Some want more mentorship component. A lot is about content specific in terms of topics, climate change mitigation and forestry, writing and policy, biodiversity conservation and climate change.
Yeah, so it's about writing. I see also techniques for reaching out. I suppose, I mean, I'm not sure, but probably it's about, outreach and communication. That's how I read it. But correct me if I'm wrong. Youth and farmers' participation in restoration projects. So quite a diversity, I guess. Youth platform, I read.
Forest restoration in degraded areas and forest ecophysiology. There is still more coming.
Local collaborations around word about forest sustainability. Well, that's gives us a lot of idea. We've planned for, maybe Catherine, you can remind me, I don't remember now how many webinars we're still planning for. Here we could go on for way beyond the Congress with all these topics. So it's good to have a lot of options and to hear from you what resonates, what topics might resonate more with you. So this is really great. All right, we're officially over time, but before waving everybody goodbye, please bookmark this link. Amos is putting into the chat, I suppose, together with a few other links. So this is the space where you find the blog that we just unveiled today. From here, of course, you will see link back to the main Congress website. You'll find link to the Facebook, official Facebook page, the Facebook youth group, which is a more, well, intimate, if you can say, if you can call intimate a space with 6,000 people, but a secure space where to share and have conversations. Yeah, we'll keep updating with the upcoming information as they come available. And like I said, please reach out to us through the blog if you would like to become a contributor. We really look forward to hear your voices and your stories, and create a nice collection of different stories and updates from all over the world and all from different fields. With this, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And Amos, over to you.
Yeah, I've added the links to the chat box, and one of the links is as there was a question from the audience about where to get information from. One of the links is to the official Facebook page of the World Forestry Congress. You can follow it up, and there is a Facebook group that is building up that is for the youth momentum. You can join that group, and also feel free to share your initiatives, your insights, and your experiences, anything forestry relevant or that is relevant to the themes of the Congress. Please join the group, and I'll approve your join request, and hopefully see you there, and we can interact in that space even more. Thank you so much.
I am muted. Thank you, Amos. Thanks to our presenter today, Jessica and Maria, Erika and Catherine. Thanks, of course, to Francesca for managing the platform, Yuka and Giacomo for being in standby, our colleagues from Korea, Diane and Angie, and Peter, of course. Glad that you stayed with us throughout the session. And of course, thanks to our interpreters. Fernanda, I should remember them by heart, but I don't. Fernanda, Agostina, Laura, and Maria. Thanks, everybody. You'll receive a follow-up email with the recording and all the links that we shared. And we look forward to see you again. Same space, different time, different topics. Thanks, everybody. Bye. You're welcome to stay a bit longer if you would like to chit-chat. Francesca, you can stop the recording, please.